or representative from the biggest nursing care home provider in Europe, from the Korian company. The new name is a Korian company sitting in Paris. So in Germany, the name is Korian. So you can see the brand in the middle. So some informations in short about our community and where we come from. That's why we have to put something on the market to be more and more digitalized. We are the only country in Europe from the Korian brand without any clinics. So that's an easy explanation. The reason is we are blocked by the COVID crisis and also blocked by the crisis in the care sector going on the last 2 or 3 years, naming refinancing of the care sector in total. So you see here some KPIs of the Korian community and here the German key facts. So I'm responsible for 27,000 beds in Germany. We could provide, and also for 22,000 people doing their work in inpatient, outpatient cares, and also in service living areas. So our revenues in total 1.1 million in the last year. So for this, what set us apart? Our approach is we started a journey 6 years ago to be more and more digitalized. So you found in each Korean nursing home 100% Wi-Fi infrastructure. You found in each floor minimum 2 iPads for the caregivers, and you have some smartphones and so on, and an electronic patient record system. That's quite normal. We have an electronic duty roster. That's also quite normal. You work in a hospital. So we have some beneath parts of digital processes. As you can see here, the complaint management is fully digitalized. Our purchasing tool is digitalized. And we have some specific solutions like Lindera. It's a new AI-driven locomotion feature analysis for fall prevention. And Bringliesel is a service provider to get some things outside the facility, like deodorant and so on. So that's where we come from. And Care 2030 is a new approach. So it's very strong linked with the Bavarian ministry. The Bavarian ministry, now it's Judith Gerlach in place. It's inside the Markus Söder coalition. So they are very, very interested in digitalization of clinics and also nursing homes. And they asked for a call for a big funding with a lot of million euros just to produce, let me explain otherwise, to show for the future, for the next 6, 7, 8 years, in combination with the new personal planning system we have in place in the nursing care sector, how it works regarding personal development, regarding organizational aspects, and also on the digital part. And we get one piece of this fund with 3.1 million euros from the Bavarian state to show for the world in a 3 years approach how we could digitalize a normal 0, 8, 15 nursing home with some digital tools. So later more. For me as a speaker, just short, I'm the member of the management board of Korian Germany as a normal caregiver, as a nurse with study background, and also representative of the BPA, is the biggest private service provider association we have in Germany. So Pflege 2030, Care 2030. Here some general information with the different brands I explain later. So our basement is the staffing levels. This is a huge change we have in Germany. Started maybe 2 years ago. So it's more a need-based care requires with the idea we need more staff. But we don't need more staff on a professional qualified side. We need more staff overall. So to have better environment, better situations in a nursing home. So as a beginning, we have to seek for tools, how we can provide the right qualification of caregivers and social caregivers, and to deploy them approximately at the right way. So the name is PBEM. The PBEM, maybe some of you know this word. It's in the German law inside, and it's provided by the University of Bremen. The name in Germany is Personalbemessung, so it's only a simple link between the ability of each person and the right qualification to do the treatments. So you have a lot of things to combine in the duty roster and in the patient record system. Right now we have two different tools, a duty roster system, and we have a patient record system, and we have to meld them to merge everything together. So what we see, we have a new work organization, also on the part of personal development, also on the part of organizational development, but also on digitalization. Now back to the funding approach. So there was a call in the past, I have explained a few minutes ago, and we ask ourselves, so how we are going to be part of it and in which way we should to move forward. And we came up with the idea to combine this approach with technology. And we are in 7 different winners of this funding approach. The only one who combines technology, digital tools, with this new duty rota approach in Germany. Why technology? It's very easy to explain. We have staff shortage on the one hand, so the chaining of the system and its design and its calculation I explained before between the patient record system and the duty roster. And we have, so I cannot count, so the administrative practice, lack of technical and digital support everywhere what you see. So that's the normal way, and it's really, really vulnerable, and it works only on the same way. You buy a good tool, maybe an app, to help you for pressure sore prevention, and you ask your patient record system provider how it works with interfaces. And you have to pay for interfaces for this time. There comes a new solution, and you pay also for interfaces, and so on and so on. It's always the same story. The great point here is we are in a big company, and the market in Germany, it's small company market. So it's only a one-to-one house, and you have to invest a lot of money to run the systems. The problem is the reimbursement is zero. So by law, the reimbursement is zero. You have to put your private money on the table and to invest and to go forward. So thanks to this funding, thanks to this situation, to explain later more how we can deal with this interfaces issue. So Care 2030 projects combines right now the need-oriented care processes, the competence-oriented personal deployment, and all the technical innovations. And with this help, we have decided to put the right members in this project approach, together with the Fraunhofer Institute, together with the University of Bremen, together with a great foundation in the background, and to show this case in the really, really normal 0815 nursing home, how it could work. Here's the project group. University Bremen, that was clear. It's Mr. Professor Rothgang. Maybe you know Heinz Rothgang. Here is the ID giver of the PBEM approach in Germany, the Fraunhofer Institute in Erlangen. It's well known as well, and Korian Germany, and our Korian Foundation for Care and Aging with Dignity for the coordination part. So the project history, and that's really the good one. It's not linked like, so Korian says and Fraunhofer says, here's the technology and please work with it in this idea, because I've seen on some conferences nice tools. So we ask, first basement, the caregivers, what they want to do for the future. What is the most issues you still have? And with a lot of surprise, we see on this table, so 10 technologies. We want to find out how it works together to link this together. Here is a small photo with the handover of the money from the minister is Mr. Holecek. Now Mr. Holecek is in the cabinet of Mr. Söder and not in place as the health minister of Bavaria. So the facility and a lot of politicians and representative persons in Germany visit us in Bavaria, and they say always the same. So stand outside from the facility and says, oh, what is this? Yeah? You want to show us the showcase for 2030, and you're presenting a really old, normal house in Karlsfeld, and that's exactly what we want to show. So this is the normality of nursing homes in Germany. So from built in 98, 150 resident, not really strong linked with the Heimaufsicht standards from the FQA, maybe 4 living areas, 105 employees, 14 employees for service, and so on. So that's a normal business. And it was naive on the infrastructure side. Now we have a 1,000 Mbit glass fiber cable line inside the facility, a lot of money inside. You have full range Wi-Fi also on the elevators, and now we can start with testing some technologies, how it works on the side of the caregivers, on the side of the residents, and on the side of the facility. So the use of technology, you see here some categories of technology tools we have to deselect. So with the help of University Bremen and the Fraunhofer Institute, we decided together in the workshops with the caregivers what kind of technology they want to put in place and to implement to help them with the problems which they still have. A lot of illness, fluctuation, staff shortage, and using the right qualification at the right moment. So here some examples for the technology. To be honest, on this part, you'll be surprised. Oh, this is a robot, and it's for cleaning. What does it help for the staff area for me? So there was a lot of pressure from outside, from the ministry especially. They come to us and say, where are the robotics? Where are the robots? Where are the digital tools we see on television and so on? So we say, okay, to be honest on this part, robotic is not really the use case we still have to implement. But there is a nice robot, so it's called Pudu, the CC1, and he combines sweeping, vacuuming, scrubbing, and mopping. And after my first evaluation, you have in this a container. You can see all the rubbish from the floor. And sorry to say this, but in a combination with a human cleaning people, so it's really, really a good one. But the point of, so the return on invest is, after our calculation from the service manager, up to 1,000 square meter you need to clean. So for this house, it's a good case. We have 4 floors, nearly similar, large floors, and we have an elevator between the floors. And in the elevator, there you have a Wi-Fi connection enough that the Pudu could work during the night shift and drive through the different floors. And he's also so attention on some people walking on the floor and so on. So it's not really dangerous. So it's really a good one, but you have to invest 600 euros per piece. And I don't really know per month. That's the investment from your side. But nothing without infrastructure inside your building. The second one is the source of truth. So we need this, and it's a new build. It's a MD stationary. MD comes from Medifox Nahen. It's the biggest provider beneath Connex Vivendi in Germany we have. And this is a new prototype. It's a combination between the duty roster system and the patient record system as a merge. So here is the first game changer. What is a game changer from the nursing caregiver perspective? It's called voice. It's not like Siri. It's not like Google Alexa. It's an AI tool, as explained before with the speaker. So it's a tool to change your voice to text. As he explained, so it's different places inside your patient record system. And it's really fantastic. Only some KPIs on this. In an 8-bed house, it's a normal house, it's a standard house in the nursing home care sector. In an 80-bed house, full occupied, you have 8,000 interventions per day spoken by your voice and changing into text inside your patient record system. 8,000 times. A caregiver don't need to go to the computer, to the PC, and put some information inside. 8,000 times you don't forget this information you have in your mind before putting in the PC. What can you save on time? So in our calculation, in our some scientific comparison, we have seen between 18 and 21 minutes per caregiver per day. You have to save this time. And 24 minutes, we take 20 minutes. So it's a lot for the Korian company in Germany. You can save this time to use this time to accelerate not your work, but to use this time to invest in direct patient care and so on. But it's not reimbursed. We're waiting for it to put it inside the Pflegesatz, inside the calculation in Germany, and then you have to show to the Gesetzgeber the evidence-based studies and so on, and it took a lot of time at this. But voice, it's really a game changer, happiness everywhere when you use it. And you can use it offline. You don't need the right infrastructure. You can use it with an Android system. You can use it with an iOS-based system. So that's a good one. We want to evaluate it. HelloMate is a digital tool for the medication process, to digitalize it, to call the pharmacy, to call the family doctor, to check everything around the prescription and so on, and to deliver the medication. So it's HelloMate. We have to change this tool because the MAID system was the first provider on this part, goes into the insolvencies in the last months. So we have to change it, and HelloMate is a new one. Lucy app is a surprising thing. So everybody is talking about data protection, anonymization of all the data. I cannot use my private smartphone during my work. Indeed, you don't use it. You shouldn't use it. But with the Lucy app, there's a possibility to use the app on your private smartphone and to be connected with your relevant environment, with your network of your colleagues. And when you have to change some shifts, you can ask, before you ask the head nurse, before you ask the facility director, you can ask your colleague, maybe if you can change for the next weekend something. You can ask the house technician, no, there is a leak, there's a problem on this floor, and so on, and you have to use your app. So why I'm surprised? 99%, so namely, instead of one person, all the colleagues, all the employees loaded the app on their private smartphone and use it to be connected in the relevant network. The Livy Care Sensor, I found the Livy sensor in Berlin, in the Haus auf Zukunft at the UKB, Unfallkrankenhaus Berlin. So there are a lot of tools. It's really a great visit. If you have some time in Berlin, in Marzahn, there is a new living house, and you can see some digital tools and also some nice tools helping you to live a long time at home. And the Livy sensor, it's a sensor helping us for fall detection maybe. Out of bed alarm. So they have a recognition system inside to select the door of the toilet, the restroom, and the door of the patient floor, and so on. And we want to evaluate this sensor system. It's also combinable with a smog detection sensor, fire protection sensor, and it's also able to talk with the sensor directly. When you are with both hands in the care situation, you can ask and talk with the sensor by the voice assistant. So the Lindera app was the first finding of my professional life in 2017. So it was a startup, and it's an artificial intelligence. You make a locomotion video of 4 meters. It likes maybe you know it as a stand-fall test. And you have an AI-based tool with a paramedics of fall risk assessment and also a treatment planning system inside. This must be linked in the patient record system, and it costs a lot of money to be so, to put all the data inside the patient record system and pay the bills for the service providers with the patient record system. So Media for Care is a social care sector. Media for Care, it's a normal tablet. You can use each tablet from Samsung and also from Apple. It's an application for caregivers and also for social caregivers. It's senior-friendly content, and you can promote some independence for seniors, playing some games and making some things, looking at photos and so on, looking films. And it's directly linked with a patient record tool with your abilities and your ideas and your biography, that you present the right games for the right resident, and not only the games what the residents don't like, but the caregiver like. So review and outlook. So we are directly in the middle. So now we have the practical realization. We have 8 from 10 technical tools going live, and they are now live. We're waiting for 2 tools to go live with them. And now I can show you the heart of all. So it's a new evolution I found in the automotive industry, a nice tool, and it's named Data Hub. So Data Hub is a simple application. So it's a huge application, but it's, for my words, it's more a simple application. It's a data interface outside from each technology. So it's a data hub. And the data hub can, as you can see here, authorized all the data extraction from inside and outside the system. And you need only 2 information. How must be the data stream, in which kind of preferences when the stream goes inside the system and also outside the system. So, and what we have seen in the past, we have paid a lot of money for the service provider of patient record system to do so and to be so, but it was only monodirectional. And what we need is bidirectional with a data hub outside to select all the technology and also between the technology. I want to show the case that I can use the Livy sensor in the residence room, also with a voice, artificial intelligence, and combine them, and the data, push the data in the patient record system. When I use the tablet for a situation for social caregivers, so how the information for the social caregivers can provide directly outside the system and back to the system. When you have finished your treatment, I don't want to see in the future the caregiver going down the floor and using the PC and put the treatment inside. So it's quite more easy to use your smartphone and to use the tablet and put the treatment inside, and the information goes directly inside the patient record system. That's with the help is the Data Hub. It's a huge investment, but we have to do so for this Korian Care 2030 project. And we start right now. We are now 3 weeks ago. We started this project, and we were finished maybe latest Christmas. And we want to talk a lot about this case and make also some, how can I name it, some publications with the Fraunhofer Institute about this Data Hub. So that's it for the moment. Hopefully it was good for you to understand and to follow me on the nursing home care sector. Thank you for your attention.